Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow your eyelids to close. And as they close, notice that you can give more of your attention to the sound of my voice. Breathing in a resourceful feeling of relaxation and allowing tension to leave your body in your outward breath, meaning you can go deeper and deeper, relaxed, just by breathing in and breathing out. On the next outward breath, I want you to attempt to have 3 outward breaths in a single breath. You breathe out even more, and you breathe out even more, meaning the next inward breath is a really deep inward breath. And as you inhale, notice that you're activating your diaphragm. On the next outward breath, 3 extended outward breaths. And I want you to maintain that pattern. 3 outward breaths and 1 deep inward breath, feeling that you really are exhaling any feelings of tension, any feelings of stress, any feelings of anxiety. Almost feel like you can feel it melting away from your muscles, any sensation in your gut, your chest. Imagine that is leaving those locations and being ejected from your body in your outward breath. That's it. Deeper and deeper relaxed with those 3 outward breaths. That's right. Allow the muscles in your eyes to relax. Eyelids, eyebrows, around your eyes. That's it. Release that tension. Any muscles in your forehead and around the top of your head, even your ears, just kind of feel like any tension there is melting away, being released. Let go of that tension now. Focusing on the tiny muscles around your temple, your jaw, and around your mouth. Breathing in that resourceful feeling of relaxation and really just deciding to let go of that tension, enabling you to go deeper and deeper, relaxed. Feeling the relaxation go straight down into your neck and your shoulders. It almost feels like you can really relax now. And I want you to get a sense that feeling of relaxation now goes into your gut, into your lungs. So any muscles around your chest, and there in the abdomen, just get a sense again that it's melting away any and all tension and anxiety, and feel that tension leaving your body as you take those 3 extended breaths outwards, enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed as that feeling of relaxation spreads down your arms into your fingers, down your legs into your toes, giving you a sense of complete relaxation and acceptance. There's so many things in your life that you accept. You don't know how your lungs and your heart works. You just accept that your body will breathe when you need to breathe, that it will take that oxygen and get it to every cell in your body. And I want you to get a sense that The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same things and expecting a different result. And I want you to think about how many minutes, how many hours, how many days, how many months and how many years you've spent preparing for anxiety by assuming that things will go wrong, that you can't handle it, and you won't be able to deal with the emotions that follow. How many more days, months, years, perhaps even decades, is making the false assumption that you can't handle it and avoiding things that feel out of your comfort zone? How long would that continue before your brain thinks, maybe I should try something new? And I want you to look back in your past for a time that should have caused a feeling of anxiety and yet it didn't. A moment in time that you were able to laugh in the face of fear. You weren't in control, but you didn't need to be. You evaluated in that moment that you didn't need to be in control, accessing a feeling of acceptance, and more importantly, evaluating that you could handle this situation. I want you to go back into your body in that moment in time and access that feeling of defiance, a feeling of courage, a moment in time where you said to fear and anxiety, show me what you've got. And notice that in that moment where you called the bluff of fear, you realize that it's fear and anxiety all of this time that's been bluffing. I want you to get a sense that this feeling of you're not afraid of fear anymore, an attitude almost of going towards the things you used to run away from. I want you to create a movie in your mind of a story of a small boy, maybe 5 years old, 6 years old, being bullied in a playground. Imagine that small boy crying in his bedroom, not sleeping at night, worrying about what the bullies are going to do. Perhaps going to school, constantly wondering where they will be, what they will say. Imagine this happens for months. And then one day, the small boy evaluates that he has nothing to lose by confronting the thing he's been running away from. I want you to absorb the idea that change is possible, and then observe this boy confronting the bully or the bullies. Courage, a sense of strength, a sense of not being willing to run away anymore. And it almost doesn't matter what happens between the boy and the bullies, because the refusal to run away means the boy can never be bullied again. Things can happen, but there's a refusal to accept fear in that situation. I want you to observe the boy in the months that follows, and where there was an anxious, timid boy in the playground, is now a confident, playful boy that enjoys going to school, can sleep well at night. And I wonder how long it will be when you stop running. How long will it be before you look at all these things that you've been worrying about and saying to yourself, I don't believe you. I don't fear you anymore. As you imagine you're now observing a future version of you, walking towards those things that you've been running away from. See that look of confidence in your eyes, a posture that's open, full of strength and a belief that you can handle whatever you need to handle. A sense that you're not willing to run away anymore. And I want you to see yourself taking a journey. See the days that lead up to it. See yourself sleeping well. See yourself making different evaluations. Evaluations that whatever will happen, I'll handle it. Evaluations like, I just don't care anymore. Evaluations like, bring it on, I'm not running away anymore. And notice that you see yourself sleeping well, more relaxed at any thoughts or conversations, starting to think that good things will happen, expecting good things to happen, evaluating that your resources exceed any demands, that whatever life throws at you, you'll either be able to handle it or learn from it, but you're done running away. And then see yourself going to an airport, looking strangely relaxed, almost a caricature of someone super relaxed. There's relaxation in the jaw, around the neck, the shoulders. The body language is relaxed and open. See the way that you're walking to check in through security onto the plane, and then perhaps see yourself on a plane hearing the captain or the attendant saying that doors are closing, it's ready for takeoff, and then just see almost a smile, a smirk on your face as you can imagine inside your own mind as a voice that says, show me what you've got. Bring it on. I dare you. And then see as the plane takes off, you're doing things that perhaps you wouldn't normally do. Maybe sleeping, enjoying a movie, listening to music. And then imagine that you stop at the halfway point and you start hearing feedback from people around you that they've noticed that something's changed. And maybe you can hear the words that come out of your mouth. Maybe something that exudes acceptance. I'll be fine. Whatever happens, happens. I'm going to be totally okay. But more importantly, the voice in your head is much more confident. Arrogant almost. Show me your worst. Because you know that if you defy fear and anxiety to do their worst and you can handle that, you can handle anything. See yourself continuing your journey, perhaps on a new flight, landing in your destination, and then observe that that represents success. If you notice any anxiety creeping in on that individual, that version of you that you're watching, notice they change their breathing with those 3 long outward breaths and a deep breath in, they change their inner evaluations to just evaluate that they're fine, they can handle it. Anxiety is temporary and they can cope. Observe the body language, relaxed neck and shoulders, a wide, open body language, and notice the facial expressions. No tension around the eyes, the temple, a smile, a look of complete relaxation, giving you confidence that even if anxiety is experienced, the attitude is, I won't run away from this wave. I will surf this wave. I want you to observe that version of you at your most confident. And then imagine that this has happened for 3 years of activating a part of you that is done running away from fear, done with the contingencies and the backup plans, and just evaluating that I can handle this. See yourself 3 years in the future doing all the things that you would want to do, but see yourself with an edge, an advantage, a life experience that knowing that when you've dealt with the most severe anxiety and got through it, nothing can faze you. And then step into that version of you, that future version of you that knows that you've handled this for a long period of time, that you're not afraid anymore, and you don't need to be. And when all parts are aligned with the idea that there is nothing to fear but fear itself, and any anxiety is temporary and you can handle it, and therefore when anxiety comes, you almost seek it out to prove to yourself that you will never run away. When all parts are on board with this new strategy to replace what hasn't worked for many years, let me know by nodding your head. Take all of those feelings and apply them into that journey, enjoying not only a new destination, but a new chapter in your life. As you imagine turning the page of the chapter of running from anxiety and starting a new chapter where you run towards it and yet find it strangely elusive. Just like trying to find gold at the end of a rainbow, the more you look, the more difficult it is to find. I want you to get a sense that the more you actively look for anxiety, the more elusive it becomes. Take all of those feelings, those resourceful feelings, and take them all the way back to the present. Feel them in your body right now. Hear the inner dialogue of, I've got this. I can handle this. Bring it on. I'm not running anymore. Hear it in your voice, in your head, and know that whenever you say those words, you will activate the part of you that will refuse to run. Feel the location of that resourceful, confident feeling of courage, of acceptance there deep inside you. Feel it expanding, glowing. If it has a movement, speed up that movement so that it amplifies it even more. And then take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Get a sense that you're in your own physical body now, in the present, in the moment. As I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling resourceful, courageous, confident, optimistic, but with a clear decision that you're done running. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.